Good morning from Mount Massive Wilderness here at the standard Mount Massive trailhead. Today going to be hiking Mount Massive, obviously, via the east slopes. So that is the standard route of Mount Massive. This should be a 14.5-mile day with about 4,500 feet of vert. Haven't done this route before, so excited to check it out. Got my furry friend Aria here. This is obviously a dog-friendly hike for most dogs. This trail starts off on the Colorado Trail here. So you're on this for a little over 2 miles before branching off to the Mount Massive East Slopes Trail. This is definitely the longest way up Mount Massive. It is the standard way, but really this southwest side of things is becoming more popular. So I'll link that video here. It's definitely a shorter day, but a lot harder drive up to that trailhead. Aria loves to do like what I call drive-by sniffs. See if we can catch one here. There it is. She like sniffs, knows we have to keep moving, but like needs to get that little sniff in, you know? I guess you don't know because you're not a dog, but for all the dogs watching, you know. Up, 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 up. Aria. 2.3 miles in. That was a creek crossing, little bridge there, so assuming that stays, your feet stay dry. All right, that's the second creek crossing here. Just about 3 miles in. This is your most important trail junction of the day. There is another one, but it's kind of foolproof. So for the first time all day, you're off the Colorado Trail and onto the Mount Massive Trail. Just under 4 miles in here, emerging from tree line. This is significant because the last 3.5 miles here are all going to be exposed to the weather. So obviously, if you're hiking a 14er, you need to have good weather. So make sure it's good from this point on, because really there is no reprieve from any of the elements. Upper basin here, that is Mount Massive. And then you got South Massive, which is not a real 14er. I was hoping for a breeze when we got up higher. I got my hope. Beautiful look back down into Leadville. In so many of these videos, I plug my own gear and Patreon and all that stuff. But right now, you might be seeing my Colorado 14ers Initiative hat. I just did trail work with them yesterday, actually. And yeah, great organization. They keep the status of these trails hikeable for generations to come. So definitely consider a donation, or even better, go and help volunteer. Getting closer to the saddle. So once saddle's like right through here, once you get on it, you're gonna hit the ridge and take that all the way up. Mount Massive is class 2, which means it's not really technical. Some minor scrambling. The trail so far has been very, very, very straightforward, just muddy because of all the snow melt. And I would say that once you get up into this upper basin, everything depth-wise is very deceiving. So the summit looked very close. Even now, we still have 800 feet of climbing. We all hike for different reasons. Some of us want to go to the summit. Some of us are more interested in hunting every single thing that has a pulse. Currently, that is a marmot. On the saddle now, beautiful view west. Aria's newest hunting obsession. From here, just gonna ride up the saddle that way. As you get to the final part of the ridge here, you can kind of stay down and then join it. You kind of see hikers right here, but you don't have to stay direct unless you want to. No more snow. Probably the hardest move right there. Got false summit here, true summit right over there. Beautiful look west, Mount Oklahoma, which is Centennial, kind of right in front of you, and then a million other peaks. If you're trying to tag North Massive, which maybe one day I will, really don't care today, it's right there. It's an unofficial 14er. We will, however, maybe try to tag South Massive on the way out. We'll see how the weather's looking. There's the saddle and the trail all the way out of view. A little bit off the summit here just so I can film without other people. 6.7 miles, 4,400 feet of gain. Beautiful up here. Storm's definitely starting to build though. Yeah, Mount Massive from the standard route, super straightforward. We're definitely going to go to try and snag south and then maybe retrace to the saddle. We'll see what the clouds are doing. They are building super quick. It's only 10 a.m. So definitely if you're here in the summer, be sure to be aware of that. Overall, I would say this is pretty much on par with Elbert. There's an old rumor that the people down in Leadville, when the 14ers were like being ranked, that they made a pile of rocks on top of Massive to make it a little bit taller than Elbert. I have no idea if that's true or not, but they're so close. This is very similar experience. Less people here are on a weekend because Elbert gets that recognition of being #1 in the lower 48. So, and Colorado. But yeah, this one's just equally as beautiful, and it's always nice in early June, July when everything is so green still. It's very limited window when it looks like that. If you're new to my channel, I don't typically show the way down because it's exactly the same as the way up most of the time for me. However, in this case, since I will be adding South Massive, most likely, I'll keep this video going a little bit. It's my third time up Massive, definitely the most enjoyable. If you have no context to what you're watching, I've done over 120 14ers. I've done them all, most of them several times. So I have a good bit of experience, kind of know what I'm doing, especially with the dog. This is Aria's third 14er, definitely her biggest one, so super proud of her. If you're bringing a dog on a 14er or any high elevation hike, they're gonna need lots of water and lots of food, just like you do. For what to pack, you can check out my playlist of 14er goodies. I rank them all. Nobody agrees with it, but that's any list. Okay, so what this guy's doing is totally acceptable as long as you know how to self-arrest. He's lucky he's slowing down. Otherwise, you have this massive snowfield with literally nothing to stop you from running into rocks. So, not trying to poo-poo, definitely do it. I wasn't going to tag south. I would be glissading too with the dog, but make sure you can stop yourself. Otherwise, you're gonna have a bad time. Your butt in particular. Looking back to the saddle, summit of South Massive right there. Clouds rolling, so not gonna linger long. I didn't get a ton of shots because it's not far. It's so easy to just figure it out, so you should be able to do that. Summit South Massive here. Wow, it's so pretty up here today. I don't want to leave, but nature is not really giving me a choice. Damn, it's so pretty this time of year in every range, but especially in the Sawatch because you have all the mountains to your west to look to. They're all snow-capped still, and then all the green in the basins is just, it's really hard to beat. Almost back to the car now. I was kind of waiting to wrap this video up because my mileage is going to be quite short, even for adding on south massive, it makes no sense. So I'm going to be right around 14.5 miles with south massive. So if you didn't do that, it would be closer to 14. I had 4,700 feet of climbing, which includes about another 200 or 300 extra to get up to south massive. Overall, I usually don't like coming down mountains because it's kind of boring. You're looking at the ground a lot. Massive via this route, the standard route here, was beautiful because you were just looking into Leadville and you had views into Holy Cross Wilderness. It was quite stunning. So that was really nice. I don't know, Mount Massive is not probably my favorite 14er even in this range, but definitely a good day if you're looking to check it off. And I would say that this route is definitely longer and probably slightly more difficult than the shorter one on the other side, but the trail is so much better, so you can really cruise if you want to. And again, if you are going up to the what is that, west slopes, or the shorter version I'll link in the description, you do have to have a little bit higher of a clearance car because the road after this trailhead gets a lot rougher. For a full guide, everything you need to know about Mount Massive, you can check the link in the description below, which goes to my website, theversatileSherpa.com. If you found this video at all helpful, please throw it a like. That would be great. I know 70% of you coming through my channel just view the videos and move on, so it'd be awesome if you threw a subscribe so you don't miss any future hike related content. If you want to support the channel, obviously I have a Patreon and a bunch of virtual Sherpa gear that you can shop as well. Let's see if I can walk backwards and end this video. Probably not, but on behalf of Arya and myself, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you guys on the next adventure. Ran into a bush.